Hello, people. What's going on? So I'm here on my own today. Kelsey is unfortunately not very well. We have national holidays here, so still gonna go through the markets, going to see what is cracking, and we're also gonna talk about some little, still like swing trading. I'm not a swing trader, but I do know how to swing trade, and the same kind of techniques that I use for intraday trades can use them in swings. Same type of things that we're looking at as like levels and things like that. I still look at them for swing trading or position trading. So we'll go through all of that right now. Let me just sort out what's going on my desk because my coffee is just spilled absolutely everywhere, which is not good. Whoever's in the chat, say hello. Tell me what you're looking at. First, we're going to go through the market. We're going to go through the market and see what's cracking because we've got a little bit of movement on the US dollar. High from Ethiopia, lovely stuff. So let's just go through the market quickly and just have a look at some of the levels. So let's have a look at the Dixie first. We'll go a little bit higher. Look, do I need to say anything? We talked about this area last week. Now, on an intraday time frame, it's very difficult because this got really, really choppy, and it was quite difficult to gauge what was going to go on with this. Higher time frame, this was just a perfect break, retest, continuation setup. And we talked about it. Unfortunately, it was very, very difficult to trade it, especially on lower time frames, but say no more. So we got that break, the retest, and the continuation. EU is looking like it's going to come down to the 1645 level. Can we find a nice trade to get in there? I don't know because it looks like it's already pushed off. We see we're making these lower lows and lower highs. So there's your, if we just mark out all the ranges, that's all it's doing. So we've got a little bit of room to go down, to be honest. We've got a lot of room to go down. So you could see quite a deeper pullback here. You've got quite a nice level, which is a daily level. So the idea could be price coming up onto that daily level and then pushing down to facilitate this. That's one idea that we could be looking at. The second idea that we could be looking at is if we go onto the daily, let's say we push down here quite a lot and New York opens. At the moment we've pushed down and we're breaking under these EMAs and under this level. That level is 1689, so this level right here. What could happen, and I've seen it many times, is this turns actually into a wick and we close within this range. And if we do close within this range, then obviously we can look to get into small reversal trades, which could be also an option. So that is the level. That is where all the level is. We've still got a lot of gap on the 1 hour and the 5 hour. On the 1 hour, 15 minute, 4 hour, we've got possibility that this could turn into a wick and we could find a little bit of a pullback. So it's just about looking at price and just because we're getting quite interesting pullbacks. It's coming down to, it's coming up to, coming down to, coming up to. So I'm not sure this could be slowing down just a little bit, and that's why I'm not shorting straight out of the bat. USD CHF, a really great pair as well. So all of these levels we marked out on the start of the week. So you've got all of these 4 hours, all of these 4-hour levels. At the moment, we are coming up to another 4-hour level. Do you want to be longing into that 4-hour level? Probably not. You want to be getting into the retrace on there. So once it pushes off, retracement, and then the continuation, you've got a daily level here, which also looks quite nice. Yeah. So if you have a look, we've had the push up, the retracement, and then this looks like it's the continuation. Now things are already for London session already quite extended, so we just need to be careful that we're not jumping into momentum that is slowing down, because if you have a look right here, we've got a really nice impulse. They're starting to get a little bit smaller, these impulses. So we just got to be careful that we're not just getting in long right into resistance for then it to come back and get a pullback. Let's have a look at EG. Like, look at that, for instance. That's come up, taken out all of the highs of Asia. It could come down right now and take out all of the lows. Let's go on higher time frame. What are we looking at? It's a possibility that we get a continuation on this lower, if I'm honest. Difficult. So we're coming into an area of demand. This is you probably want to wait just a little bit to see what's going to happen with this. Yeah. Gold. Gold has come off its 15-minute trend. Could be an interesting idea. Let's have a look. Come off his 15-minute trend, but it's first hit this 21 EMA, and it looks like it's holding as support. So there's quite a lot of contradicting signals right now at the market. So we're just going to have to wait and see, and just watch and see what price action is doing. The pairs that I would be watching, obviously, you've got the EU and the GU, and see what's happening with CHF as well. So we had a nice trade yesterday on CHF, which was the short from this area. So it broke the EMAs, it came up, retested the level, and then pushed down. So that was the nice trade setup that we got on there. Okay, so I don't see any kind of trade that I want to get in right now. So we're actually going to go and talk a little bit about the swing trading, the methodology behind that. So for that, I'm going to get just a brand new chart. And we're going to do this probably on an EU chart. So before I start, I'm just going to go onto a weekly time frame. We're going to do a replay in a random place that I don't know what happened with all the price action. I do want it relatively, this year, last year. I don't want too long. So the same kind of thing that I would trade on an intraday time frame, I will still trade on a higher time frame. It's just the signals are going to be less, and you need a lot more patience. Now, I'm still going to put in my EMAs. So my EMAs are still going to be in here, and I'm going to put in my levels. So when I come to swing trading, I'm only looking at weeklies and dailies. I'm not putting in 4-hour levels. I'll put them in as I see them, but I'm only looking at hard levels, which are weekly and daily. So if I start putting them in here, we'll do that as a weekly. That would also be an interesting weekly level. That's a weekly level, and there you go. Now, if I go down to the daily, I'm going to put a level right there. Then I'll also put a level right here. I'm always going for the extremes. Any kind of washy price action, I'm not really interested in. I'm going to put one up here because you can see we had a really, really nice pivot from up there. And that is pretty much it. So all I'm doing with this is waiting for certain levels to get hit, looking for a reaction on a 1 hour, and then it's break, retest, continuations to any other side. Now I'm going to get rid of, this is on a Friday, so I don't know how many people trade on a Friday, but normally that's the day that we give everything back. So let's just keep watching and see what happens. Now we know we're already pushing up really nicely on here. We've got a daily level up there, and we've just broke a weekly on a Friday. What could be the trade is just the break and the retest on the EMA and on this weekly level. So we'll start off on Monday, see what happens. So Monday's already just pushed. Okay, that was Monday. So Tuesday's already pushed up. We've already broke that level. Let's have a look. Now, we are in bullish territory. We've got the next level all the way up there, which is very, very far. Now we could get into something like this, which would be a break, retest, and continuation to take up the high. We are quite high up already. But if I was going to get into this, my stop is going to be below here. So I'm going to get into a 50 fit, wait for price to come down to me, and then push up to take out this high. So I'm going for a 1-to-1. Let's see what news we've got coming up. We've got flash PMIs. I don't think that's going to change the trade too much. So I'm still going to put in this idea. There you go. And I'm going to buy this. Now my stop is going to be underneath this low, and my takeout, I'm going to be taken out at this prior high. So that's the trade idea. I'm in the trade now. I'm going to put my take profit up here. I'm going to put my stop loss underneath the level and underneath this pivot. See, okay, looks like I'm going to get taken out. That should have hold on. There you go, confirmed. It should have already taken out. There you go. So we're very lucky that didn't actually take us out, because we had it right underneath that. Obviously, if you were trading on a broker, you're trading with prop, you're probably going to have spread, and you probably would have got taken out there. That's why it's really important to have your stops with a little bit of a buffer in there, just because you could get stopped out even though the price is still in play. Okay, and got a little bit lucky there, obviously. So that's one trade up. So we're going to keep looking. Obviously, we're still in bullish market structure. So anything within this range, and when I'm saying this range, I'm talking like this, for me is bullish. Doesn't mean I'm going to go, I can still go short and I can still do things in this area, but my overall bias is still long until it breaks out of this particular range. And that is the high and the low of this impulsive move. So I'm going to continue, see if we can get another trade. So what news is this? Consumer confidence. Let's have a look at the daily. I can see that. I can see why it pushing up, come back down onto these highs, come back down onto a 50, so on and so forth. Let's continue. I'm not going to get into this trade just yet. Just want a little bit of more confirmation. Okay, let's get into this trade. This trade is on an intraday time frame. So what I'm going to do is get into this trade. My stop is going to be underneath this low, because if it breaks this low, for me, the trade is out. Okay, because we've broken all of the EMAs, we've broken out of this range. If this was going to continue, it would do the continuation, okay, and it wouldn't get stuck here. So we've had the break, we've had the retest, we've had the accumulation, we've had the breakout and the continuation. So if it doesn't break out and continue here, I need my stops to be underneath these lows, okay? If it was going to continue, which is my bias to go higher, then obviously it's going to break the highs, and that's where my take profit is going to be. So I'm going to get into a market here. My take profit is going to be at the highs. I'm going to be at the lows. This is not the best risk to reward ratio. We obviously want around about 1 to 2, but this is fine just for example's sake. So let's see what happens. No, see, there you go. We're coming straight down, and we could get into the break, retest, and continuation down to this level. I think we've probably missed it. Yeah. So that's why, like I said, you have to have the stop under the place where you are wrong on the trade. So that was a really, really good stop and a very, very, very good trade. Okay, let's continue. Let's see what happens. This looks like it wants to start coming down. If you have a look at all of the EMAs, we've broken structure. We've come back into this area of demand. We will see a little bit of buying in here, but I'm not going to be surprised if we come back down to this weekly level. So let's see. And I'm going to mark out this level. Let's see what happens. I'm happy to get into a short. So my trade is going to be like this. I'm going to be selling into this level. My take profit is going to be down here. My stop loss is going to be up here. Let's see what happens. Now, the reason why I'm getting into this trade is because we're breaking structure. We've already had the trades up here. They failed, and we've also got this weekly level that hasn't been retested just yet. So that is the idea behind this trade. So we're going to keep going. Very, very lucky. I think we've got news, and that should have been taken out. I should have been taken out right there. Ideally, it's a shame. Whatever. But there you go. We got taken out again. Okay. Now, the reason why this trade worked is because we've got different types of... Hello, Wilski. Hello, Alex. Wilski's not here. He's sick. So the reasons why we got into this trade, we had the break of structure. We took the one loss on there. We came down. EMA started pulling in. EMA started pointing down. We broke another EMA. We had a retest on prior lows pre-break. All of these different confluences, I'm starting to build up, and it's giving me more bias, more weight to the short side than the weight to the long side. So if I've got a scale and I'm looking at the charts, and at the moment I'm objective, I'm just on the same scale. Every little confluence that I see, I'm putting, okay, that's a confluence to the long side, that's a confluence to the short side. And eventually, after I go through, how many confluences are weighing the scale? If the scale is weighed further down onto the short side, well, I'm going to take the short trade. Okay. We still haven't touched that. We're going to do one more, and then we're going to see what the market is doing and see if we can get into some real trades. We still haven't come down to this weekly level, so we can still try and get into maybe a continuation trade down to that weekly level. Let's see. No, missed it. That's basically it. I'm not a swing trader. This is kind of how I would trade on an intraday trade, an intraday setup. So look at this as if it's a 5 minute. But when Wilski comes in, we're going to do this again. He's going to talk us through the way that he does it. But the main things that I'm looking at, and the most important things, is just your levels. Making sure that your levels are accurate, making sure that you're looking at market structure. Try not to be buying too high up after a big impulse. Like, this is very, very high up to be buying. But the break of structure, as soon as it broke the EMA and then it did the retest on the level, that was a good sign to then go short. Anyway, that's it, guys. So we're going to jump in. Let's jump in and see what the actual market is doing right now, because the market is pushing. EG looks like it's holding. Holding under that weekly level. I wouldn't mind buying this, to be fair. The only thing is, it's already pushed up quite a bit, and it's already retested. So this is already retested. So I think it's being missed. Let's get into this EG long. Let's get into this EG long. Why not? I'm going to put half a percent risk, because there are confluences, but not majorly. There's not a lot of them. It's Great British Pound, Euro, Great British Pound. We're going to get in with 10. Let's have a look at the price. So 500 divided by 3, which is my risk. 500 divided by, we'll put 4 because we need spread. So it's around about 12 actually that I need to put on. I'm not going to put on 12. I'm just going to put standard 10 lots on there. There you go. So that should. I'm going to put in my risk here on Trade Locker. You can't see it right now, but I'm putting in my stop loss and my take profit. Stop loss is going underneath those lows. There you go. So my risk is half a percent. I'm putting my take profit just at the highs, because if this is going to continue, it's got to break the highs, isn't it? The next point that it's going to go, it's got to break the highs. If I'm wrong on this trade, then it's going to come down and it's going to break this particular low, because the range that I'm trading this range. Okay, because I'm trading this range, anything within this is still bullish until I break down this low. If I break down this low, then obviously we're going down to break down these lows as well. But for me, the bias is still on the long side. We'll watch it. Got a text from Michael. Hi.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, that is super, super annoying. So I've done all of that and it wasn't even connected. That is so frustrating. Thanks, Sakit. I don't know how that sound must be awful then. Oh, we heard you? Good. My man. We're going to do pipped off today. As you can see, I'm not working. Or I am working, but I'm definitely pipped off. National holidays here, so we're not in the office. Let's see if we can get a little bit more momentum up here. Let's have a look on this. Obviously, we got this EMA, which is holding a little bit of resistance, but I think we're good. Wicked. Tell me when you're ready, bro. Tell me when you're ready. Tell me when you're ready. Because we're going to do Pipped Off. Pipped Off. And if you don't, guys, if you don't know what Pipped Off, actually, Michael, since we got 12 people in here, and this is a spread across YouTube and stuff, we've got 5 people in here on YouTube. Maybe put in the link and get them to do a brain's gone to goo. To put in their stories, submit some of their stories. So Michael and I do a podcast called Pipped Off, and as you can kind of tell by the name, it's a trading podcast for pipped off people. So if you've got any stories that really pip you off, Michael's going to put in the link here, and we will talk about some of those stories live, or on the pod. Yeah, Euro pound is still long. I agree with you. That's why we're in. See if we can get that continuation with momentum. It feels to me like it's starting to pick up. Let's have a look. Yeah, breaking above that weekly level. We've got a nice area to be taken out. So these are just aiming to get taken out. Lots of orders probably got taken out there as well. So all this was just to facilitate all of those orders. Lots of sales coming in. Buyers have now stepped in, pushing up. There's probably no orders now in this area. Those probably been wiped off. Or hopefully. So all of this area is hopefully clean. So then we can start pushing up a little bit more to these areas right here, which would be 87 roughly. Let's have a look. That's what I would like anyway. Yeah, USD. Yeah, USD looks like it wants for the continuation. The only problem is it's already, for London, I've already missed the boat. It's already quite stretched. So I don't want to be getting into these prices right now. It would be better for me just to wait for New York and just to see if we can get into some of the reversals trades, because then also we've got those intraday levels that we can get through. I don't know if anybody trades the equities market. I have been looking. Let's have a look. Okay, well, my first equities trade is in a loss. Where did I buy this? I bought this at 71.40, I think. Equities are just on the boom, though. Obviously, we've had this downtrend on Nike. Could probably put it... It's probably better like that. You have that deviation. But Nike just looks like a really nice place to be buying. It's on a log. Doesn't it? It looks like such a nice place to be buying for a long term. Let's have a look at crypto. Let me just double check what's going on. Okay, we're still nice on EG. Crypto. How foolish can we be? How foolish. Just look at that, man. Just look at that. Looks like we're doing a little bit of a flag on Solana. I think we're going to get a big impulse on Solana. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to get all-time highs soon on Solana. I definitely feel like we're going to break these 2050s. And I did point that out when it was down here as well. That was a nice place to buy. Did I buy? No, I didn't. I bought Crow instead. Let's have a look. Let's double check what's going on. EG looks good. Okay, Crow. What is this? What is this? Disgusting. It's not doing anything. How is everything pumping and this is not doing anything? So the same thing as like Nike, really. So for this looks a little bit more bullish. We've had the break, the retest on the prior highs pre-break. Obviously, we're in bullish market structure. There's no reason why this doesn't push off as well. Memdex is torturing you. Why would you trade Memdex? Let's have a look at Memdex. Holy shit. Holy shit, bro. Delisted. Michael is being bloody delisted, mate. Oh, you're not trading it. Do you know what? You never know. You never know, mate. It could one day come back. Do you want to have a look at Melina? Is it Melina or Melania? Do you know where I got into this, guys? You want to know where I got into this? I got into this at 11. I got in there. Stop looking worried these days. Do I look worried, man? I look worried. I had an amazing sleep, man. An amazing sleep. I look worried. I'm going to try and relax. Coin BERA. But not better. Better. I can kind of see though this pushing up a little bit. If I'm honest. I really can see this pushing up. Obviously not a lot, but I can see it definitely pushing up to the 339 levels. The way that it's moving right now, anyway. Interesting. Interesting. Let's continue. Let's have a look at this, see what's going on with this. Locked and loaded. To be honest, boys, I'm only just starting to come out of the other end of all of this tiltiness. I've been getting smashed mentally by the markets for the last month. So it's only now I'm starting to get back onto the get back to my, get back into my my flow. Struggling just a little bit. Let's get some momentum coming through. Get rid of that. Let's have a look what we're looking like on the 1 minute. Is EU's having that nice retracement. This is a really nice level though, right here. And look at all the wicks coming off that level as well. So you have 1 wick, another wick, another wick, another wick. This daily candle could turn into a wick. We just got to be wary of that. So, maybe the idea, it comes up there, come back down into a 50 and then starts pushing up onto that level, and then we can maybe see a little bit of higher prices. That could be an idea. Obviously, that's not the trade that we're in right now. We're in this one. Come back down to my break even. We had a good stream with Denzel as well yesterday. We had a nice trade. Oh, there's my EMAs. I was like, why is the chart so naked? Oh, this makes it look a little bit better. So you've got push up, break above the EMAs, high time frame bias, retracement back down. You've got this nice little candle that can kind of confirm that. You got like a nice little smiley face as well. Where is the smiley face? Can't wait till we get Trade Locker. Alex, why don't you... I'm going back to Dubai in November, mate. I'm going back to Dubai in November. The Forex Expo. Isn't it soon? Let's have a look. October the 6th and 7th. It's right now. Should have. I should have, definitely. I do like Dubai. Dubai's fun. They've got a lot of media partners, huh? Got a lot of big media partners. Seminars. Let's see what they got for the seminars. I don't trust any of these people. I wonder how many of these people actually do trade, though. He looks English. Phil. Such an English name, man. Speakers. Let's have a look at the agenda. AI is such a buzzword still. Online trading opportunity, trends and innovation. 100% they're going to talk about prop. From strategy to success. Scaling Forex trading. Momentum trading. Key signals for smarter trading decisions. Start your brokerage business with MT5. There are some interesting ones. Let's have a look. Okay, this is not doing anything, so we can continue doing this. The network effect, how to copy trade amplifies brokerage growth. Kind of cool. Overcoming 90% of trading failure rate. Yeah, this is that boring. Boring. FX for everyone. How education and tech are creating a new wave of global traders. Anybody that is trying to teach you edge in these little sessions, no. Boring. Anything about mindset, trader first. Prop firm. GCC, I don't know who they are. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff on here, to be fair. There's a lot of stuff on here. Let's go back. Quick edging me, Alex. Naughty. Oh. So we look like we're breaking that weekly level. EU is still holding, GU as well. US Swissy is breaking this 4-hour level off a 50 fib as well. For 618 as well. What's going on, Hot Girl Mess? Gonna stay on till 11:30, and then I'm gonna jump off 11:30 until another 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna jump off, which for me is 11:30. So we've had, it's not a good sign. We've had like these little pushes up, and now we've got bigger volume candles pushing down. So it's like, it's not what you want to be seeing, to be fair. But until this low gets broken, we're still in play. So while we wait for that, let's go on to Forex Expo. Interesting. It's a lot of people. Got a couple of friends that are going. A couple of you might actually know them as well. Mr. Rubin will be there. X5ers. That would have been a nice trade though. 930, really nice impulse onto that 200 EMA. Super nice. It's the same trade. Oh, that's on a 10-minute. Oh my god. Same trade is on the 15-minute, but I'm just looking for that to happen. That 200 EMA to be taken. Choppy chop chop. Choppy chop. Choppity chop. Let's have a look and see what that looks like on the 1 minute. Looks really good. Break of that little trend line. Retest. Looks like it wants to continue. Sack it. What's his new video, man? 4,000 shares. You gotta tell me your secret, mate. All right, guys, I'm giving it another 5 minutes and then I'm jumping off. It's actually a really nice day outside. I'm going to do a podcast with Michael. 200k views. You got to tell me the secret of going viral, mate.
Are you from?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, Saki's got some fire content. I don't actually understand it, but it looks good. And that's the important thing. This looks like a little bit of tired price action. It just look like we're barcoding. Okay. That looks like we're failing. I'm going to close this out because I'm not going to hold on for the rest of the day. It's pointless. Since it's already pushed up, failed, even with this little bit of momentum, again, failed. 5 minutes still probably looks like it can hold because it's still in an area of an area of support. But who cares? We'll have a look back in hindsight and see if it would have hit. But I'm happy just to close that trade and get on with today. So guys, I hope that session was okay. I'm sorry that the mic didn't work at the start, so it was a little bit of it was very difficult to hear. But some of those swing trading ideas, definitely try and use them, especially with the EMAs levels. Next time, Kelsey Wilski will come in. He will, when he's feeling a little better, he will do more of an in-depth way that he trades, and he trades primarily swing trading strategies. And that is it. So enjoy your trading, guys. We'll see you back as normal on Thursday. And that is it. Take care.